Okay, so let me preface this video by firstly saying, what the fuck? I just found out that GTA 5 only comes out on fucking PS3 and fucking Xbox, PS4 consoles, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Not PC, which is a bit of a problem, obviously, because I play PC games these days. It's been a long time since I've even turned on my console. And it's really a bit of a pain in the ass for a large majority of the gaming community, because we don't get to play the fucking game now. I have to buy some piece of shit $400 console or whatever the fuck it costs. Anyway, that aside, I thought I'd actually talk about what is in GTA 5, because some of you may be aware that the game, or they called it a gameplay trailer, was released last night, I think it was, containing plenty of new detail about the new title coming out. Now I've got a fair few things written down here, which was basically a summary of that video. And overall, this game looks quite good. I think it's definitely an improvement on what GTA 4 was, because that was disappointing. It took away some of that crazy aspect that San Andreas and Vice City and all that had, which is what people really enjoyed about Grand Theft Auto, I think. Well, it's at least what I enjoyed about it. Just the randomness factor. I think everyone probably has a few good memories of San Andreas fighting off the cops and all that. Anyway, first couple of things I noticed, and the narrator said in the video, was just the environments, the scale. It looks like they've really returned to a huge map, cities, wilderness, mountain paths. It's set in Southern California, I think it said. Beaches, yeah, as I said, beaches, oceans, forests, you name it. I think that they've got it all, which is good, because as far as I can remember, GTA 4 was mostly just the city, wasn't it? I think. Yeah, to be honest, it's been probably several years since I've played it, but anyway. Yeah, so basically all types of terrain and the rest of it. Vehicles, I saw, quad bikes, people on push bikes, like road bikes, plenty of planes, which is good. That's one of my personal favourite aspects about Grand Theft Auto is flying. Planes and helicopters, so that's good to see helicopters back in the game, and planes, because planes weren't in 4, which is a fucking pain in the ass, but anyway. And then all sorts of cars, a huge range of, fast cars, slow cars, shitty cars, garbage trucks, buses, all that sort of thing, as you'd expect from a Grand Theft Auto game, I suppose. I can't think of any other out of the blue vehicles I saw. There'd probably be more stuff to come that they haven't quite released yet. To be honest, I can't. Thinking back on the video, I think I've covered most of the things. It's just general. Vehicles, I suppose. But the most important one for me is that helicopters and all that are back, because I really like flying around. Not sure why, I do. Now I probably should have mentioned this first, but anyway, 3 main characters, which is new, because normally you'd play with one main character or protagonist, and this game you've got 3. You've got Michael, Franklin, and Trevor. 2 of those guys are white, one is black. The black guy they described as a street hustler. Michael is a failed family man, and Trevor sort of seems like a bit white trash kind of thing. So it'll probably be a pretty interesting mix of those 3 people. You can do a whole bunch of things with your money, so after you've done a bank heist or whatever, you can choose how to spend that money, which you always have sort of been able to do, but I guess there's probably more ways you can do it in this one. And in fact there is. Something that I thought was really, really, really cool. I don't know how they'll implement it and how effective or how good it will be, but you can invest your money in property, and what I find most interesting is stocks. And the example that I saw was ammunition, which is obviously the gun shop in previous Grand Theft Auto titles, which is pretty cool. So you can invest in company stock, and you saw a chart of the company's stock performance, and you could probably make an investment decision or something like that. As I said, I'm not sure how well they'll implement it, how many different companies you'll be able to choose from, what sort of organic motion that their fake market actually has. I have absolutely no idea how effective it will be, but nonetheless, it's still a cool concept. What else we got? Just a few general items, I guess, that I saw that stood out. You can go diving. There'll probably be some sort of diving missions. It'll add a new sort of element to exploration to maps, I guess. So there'll be more things underwater, I'm assuming. The missions, they were doing a robbery of a jewellery store, and the guy mentioned we can either do this the loud and dumb way or the smart and quiet way. So basically one way is to go in, all guns blazing, that sort of thing, or the other one is to do a more tactical approach and hopefully get out without being chased by the police or whatever. Or if you like getting chased by the police, then you can go in there and shoot everyone, probably. Which is pretty cool. Now, this is another thing that they did. They were doing it. One guy was roping in down on some high-rise building or something like that, and you were able to change between the three characters, I think, at will, during the mission to do certain parts of the mission and help out other characters through different roles. So, for example, what I mean by that is there was a guy on one building with a sniper rifle. There was one guy inside trying to take a hostage, and you can switch the guy with the sniper rifle to cover the guy that's inside the building or whatever and shoot the people, or you can assume control of the guy that's in the building doing the mission or whatever. So yeah, changing through the three characters. I'm not sure what the third guy was doing. Maybe he couldn't. He was actually hovering the helicopter, escape helicopter, I think. I'm not sure if you'll be able to control him in that particular mission, but I'm sure there's going to be plenty other missions where you can rotate through the three or however many people are on the mission at the given time, rotate through those characters and perform different things, which adds a bit of liquid or sort of fluid dynamic to each way you do the missions, which is cool. Adds, as they said, adds an extra element to the diversity of the single player experience. And usual GTA ticket items, sort of, you can buy clothes, get tattoos, which is actually something you couldn't fucking do in GTA 4, and sort of the lack in customization. You could, and in GTA 5 you can spray cars, you can do your rims and all that sort of shit. I think there's pretty good customization on your own personal vehicles. And yeah, as I said, tattoos, clothes, they'll be expensive clothes, they'll be $2 clothes, there'll be a huge range. Sport, I saw cycling, tennis, golf, and there was a time where he sort of appeared to be base jumping off a cliff, and he's probably running away from the cops or something like that, or just doing it in free time, but that was another one. They're the ones I saw in the video, there's probably more. But yeah, I don't know whether they'll sort of be like an arcadey kind of thing where you can do it on the side, or they'll be in parts of missions, probably a mix of both. Yeah, I don't know how fun they'll be, obviously, because I haven't played it yet. It's because sometimes those mini-games are nowhere near as fun as the actual game itself, because the game itself is fun, and you don't need to play those other little things, but nonetheless, they're there, which is pretty cool. How much less have I got in this video? Coming up on 9 minutes now. Roughly another 2 minutes and a bit to go. So, hunting. They made a comment about you can go hunting or the environment will hunt you, so there's possibly dangerous animals, maybe. Look, I'm not familiar with what species are in Southern California, to be honest, that would be predators to humans, but yeah, so I guess there's probably animals that maybe if you go in the ocean there may even be sharks. I'm not sure, that wasn't mentioned and I haven't really read it anywhere, but I don't know, maybe there's a possibility with that because of the whole diving thing and whatever, but I did see a guy hunting a deer, so I have no idea what you would do with deer given that you can rob banks and stuff, but who knows. yeah, so that's more general things covered. Oh, and the environment, it looks really good. The graphics look good, but as I said, it's only on console, so it's going to be pretty limited, possibly. The video that I saw was in 720p, so they've possibly recorded it on the 360 or PS3, because the new generation consoles have native 1080p in most games, at least, or if not all. So it'll be interesting to see how far they take the graphics on the console, given its natural limitations, because it's a console. And the last thing that came up on the video, and this will tie in well with sort of the duration of my video, it's coming up to the end now, was GTA Online. They said we'll bring more to you later, but we got a little snippet and it looks pretty interesting. Sort of looks like large areas with lots of people, so big online games. There was people in helicopters, there was people in cars driving down the streets, there was a guy up in a high-rise building who might have been taking sniper shots down at people down the ground, who knows. And at the very end you see a jet fly past the window, so you can fly jets in multiplayer and probably shoot people down, so that could be a good bit of fun. But as I said at the end of the video, we'll show you more of that later. But yeah, I mean, it looks pretty promising, and as a whole, the game looks quite good. But I'm not going to be buying a console just for the game, just for that. So it's a little bit of a shame. Actually, it's a big, not a little bit. What am I talking about? It's a fucking big shame it's not coming out on PC, because I definitely would have bought it. But probably they're maybe trying to avoid piracy issues or something like that. I'm not sure. I haven't really read up on it, but